Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
This is First GenXers.
Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
All right. Howdy, and how do you do? My name is Double K, Double, otherwise known as Dark Lord 100. Next to me is the one and only Rune Skraya. What is up, my friend?
Hey.
All right. And for today, for right now, until he gets back from his dream movie, Superman,
Yeah.
the one that's going to save the DCEU, we'll get to the same. So,
Yeah.
All right. So first,
He's gonna pop in when he can.
Yes, he can. Yes, he will. All right. So first, let's start out with this. Check us out on Facebook, Cheap Pop Podcast, facebook.com. All right, there you go. All right. So we've been doing the pop culture pop quiz. We're going to do another one this week. Last week, I bored the guys to death because the answers were so easy. Let's see if I can challenge them a little better this week. Let's open up with this.
So it's going to be long. It's going to be long division rather than addition and subtraction.
Pretty much. What actor won Best Actor Oscar for his role in The Revenant in 2016?
Oh, got it.
I'm pretty sure you know. That's why I said the first one will be easy, but they get harder as we go.
That's pretty decent, I will admit.
Let's see. All right, so that's the question. So now the first topic of the day. You guys ask, what do y'all want to talk about? And I tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Former Superman, he was dubbed off air Bizarro Superman.
Yeah.
Dean Cain complains about how woke Hollywood is making the character into pro-immigration.
Yeah.
I'll let you kick this one off because I got a lot of funky things to say, and then after you talk, we'll go ahead and read the quote. Go ahead.
Yeah. Me, Superman thing. Film 2 pro-immigration. Dude, this guy does not speak as Superman. He is to Superman what Jesse Eisenberg was to Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Okay. The bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom. Every other Superman understands the character way, way better. Yeah. And, I am not going to strain my brain trying to come up with words when there are gentlemen far more learned and practiced at writing that can express my disdain for Dean Cain's comment. Okay. From Tom Taylor, comic book author who's now going to be doing Detective Comics. But Tom Taylor on his blog wrote, "A child whose world is lost when politicians reject science. A baby sent across an ocean of stars to seek the safety of another land. A refugee embraced by America who uses his great power to help everyone on Earth. A kind and humble hero who challenges a cruel and narcissistic billionaire. A man who can be anything, who chooses to be a journalist for truth and justice. A symbol of hope pushing back against fear. A smile, a friend. This is the time for Superman.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and my other, coming from the absolutely great science fiction writer Harlan Ellison, curmudgeon of curmudgeons. Okay. If you knew Harlan, you knew that he was not exactly a status quo kind of guy. Um, but there's a book called Superman at 50 that came out in '89,
Okay.
and it's basically a collection of a bunch of essays of that writers put down their thoughts on Superman. And Ellison nails it perfectly. Okay, the last two paragraphs of his essay is he is more than the fanciful daydream of two Cleveland schoolboys. He is a 20th century archetype of mankind at its finest. He is courage and humanity, steadfastness and decency, responsibility and ethic. He is our universal longing for perfection, for wisdom and power used in service of the human race. Of all the literary creations of American fiction, Superman, after all these years, born of a dispensable, disreputable genre, is the only one that seems certain to get posterity's nod. And that is because, simply put, he is our highest aspirations in human form.
There you go. Like the Mr. Cain went on to explain himself and talk about how he says, this is a quote, a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something that we lost, which I do agree about Superman's story. It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does say Superman's inherent weakness is his goodness. These are all quotes from the interview. He even insisted, we know Superman is an immigrant. He's a freaking alien. But Gunn has crossed the bridge too far, Cain believes. Look, and he goes on to talk about truth, justice, and the American way. First and foremost, Mr. Cain, the people that created Superman have thought enough of it to remove the part about the American way.
More importantly, the two creators of Superman. One was born in Canada and came to the United States as a kid.
Yeah.
The other one is the child of Ashkenazi Jews fleeing Lithuania to the United States.
And so it's like, well, I also look at, like I said this. I said, they did the whole, they took out the whole American way thing. And this is the one thing, and I think it goes back to a key scene, okay, that I remember from Superman and Lois, the Tyler Hoechlin series recently, where they changed the head of the DOJ. I forget why Lois's father had to step down. Right. But the new head of the DOJ is like, you work for us. And Superman's like, I work for no one. Like, I do good because I'm good. Like, I don't work for anybody. Like, I'm not America's, like, I believe at one point during the series, he actually says, like, I'm not America's weapon, to be wielded. And I think like that's the thing that needs to be, that's another important thing that needs to be understood about the Superman conversation is that Superman was never an American who decided to go help he was just a refugee who landed in America and decided to go out and help the rest of the world.
Right.
But he has no allegiance to anybody. Shit, not even Krypton. Like he has no allegiance to anyone.
Yep. And there's just so much. Sorry, getting my train of thought back on track. Recently, there was a Superman retrospective from DC, and the writer asked if he can put the American way back in as long as he explains what that means. And he got back to the aspirational meaning of the American way. Being better people, trying, being the leaders and forging the path forward for everyone, showing the better way for everyone. Okay. If DC abandoned the American way for a period of time, it's because of people like Dean Cain perverting what the American way is supposed to be.
Right. 100%. Oh, God dang it.
What's up?
My mouse just died on me. And friggin' I don't have a place. If I unplug one thing, it unplugs the this sucks. Let me see.
Tech Tinkers.
Hey, what's up, Tech Tinkers?
No, I was calling for Tech Tinkers just to do tech support for you while we're still streaming.
Well, I could just grab one of my wired mouses out of the controller here, out of the drawer here. But yeah, like that's the whole thing with the Superman character.
Right. And it's so many, and the problem is that the loudest people on the internet want Superman, but with the Batman aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's why they were so happy with what Zack Snyder did. The Superman who's not constrained by humility or any politeness or
is willing to kill.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like Superman wasn't willing to kill in the comics. He killed Zod, Ursa, and Nog in an alternate reality where they had taken over and had eliminated life on Earth. He straight up executed them with kryptonite, and he was bawling the entire time he was doing this. So people
100.
don't want Superman with that humanity in them. They want alpha male Superman, not knowing just how completely stupid the alpha male concept is applying anytime.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So I figured
that's a whole other discussion. But
100%.
But that's why they were happy with Zack Snyder's DC universe. But in fact, the new Superman movie, it's already crashed every single Zack Snyder Rotten Tomato review, even more than the highest one being Zack Snyder's Justice League release.
Yeah.
And the new Superman movie, it's crushing it by 20%. It's on track to be just as, if not more, financially successful than any of the Snyder films.
Wow.
And that's
let's see if James Gunn can keep this going.
I think so. I think he can. And it's just it's the problem of fandom everywhere. Whether we're talking comics, whether we're talking Star Wars, we're talking Star Trek. It's all these people who never understood what the core messages were about.
Right.
And they're just crying because they you don't want your demigod to have a sense of humanity and compassion. Yeah. Okay, go watch The Boys. Go back to pretending that Homelander is the good guy.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move a little bit forward. We got one more hot topic, and that is Elle Fanning She was in the running for an X-Men role before the Fox merger uh, was complete. She's making waves in Death Standing 2, and she is potentially appearing as Jean Grey when the X-Men make their true MCU debut.
Huh. That's an interesting
So,
choice. Good choice. She's a good actress.
who?
But
What about Famke Jensen? I thought she was fine as
right, but I think they're restarting with a younger crowd. And yeah, Famke
Gotcha.
Jensen's great, but she's in her 40s, 50s probably at this point.
Well, that's us, ain't
Yeah. Well,
it?
yeah, but you know,
No, I feel you. I feel you.
yeah.
But it's just like they had to
Um,
use Jennifer Lawrence for First Class
yeah.
instead of
And wait, Rebecca Romaine, yeah.
instead of Rebecca Romaine. Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
But
that's, it's the nature. I think that it's a great choice. She's a good actress. Yeah.
and I'll
We'll
say
see
it
how it
like
goes.
this. I only have one request when they do the new X-Men. If you're gonna bring back old people, bring back whoever you want. Just do not bring back Megan Fox's Psylocke. Just let that character stay dead. That was horrible.
She wasn't, Megan Fox wasn't Psylocke. That was Olivia Munn.
Oh, was it? Well, whoever she is, don't bring her back. Sorry, all these years. Sorry, Megan Fox. I've been saying it was you this whole time, and it wasn't you. I apologize for that. But yeah, Olivia Munn. Sorry, honey. Stay as far away from X-Men as possible.
Yeah.
That was not good. So
yeah, but
all right.
I'm cool for what I'm hearing about the lineup for the MCU X-Men stuff. I'm good to go.
I'm here for it. All right. So, for those of you who don't remember the pop culture quiz, the first question of the day today was who won Best Actor for his role in The Revenant in 2016? And your answer is Dave?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Dave is correct. Yay! Leonardo DiCaprio starred in the 2016 Oscar winning, or he won an Oscar for that film. I don't believe the film itself won Oscar of the Year, though.
No, I don't think so either.
No. So, okay. So that's going to take us right on into our first. Notice I didn't say favorite, but our first segment of the day, which is. All right, Pop Culture Corner. And what is the first thing we do at the top of a segment? That's right, we drop another pop culture quiz question on you, and we see if y'all can answer it. This one's going to get a little bit tougher here, sir. So here we go. What is the only film to have won all big five Academy Awards? Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. I'll let you think on it.
I'm going to go with Silence of the Lambs.
You gave it away too early, man. We wasn't supposed to tell until later.
Sorry.
He was right, but we'll see if you remember it, and we'll still drop the answer on you at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so in big news in the DCEU network, off of Day's information about how well Superman is doing, James Gunn is not in talks with Ryan Coogler. He just spoke to Ryan Coogler. Because I believe Ryan Coogler is still under contract at Marvel to finish the Black Panther series.
Right.
So we won't be seeing a movie anytime soon, but do you think potentially there is the potential to see a Ryan Coogler DC movie and him becoming the second director to jump, or not necessarily jump ship, but to do movies for both DC and
I think so.
Or the third.
Yeah.
Because it would be him, Joss Whedon, and James Gunn.
Right. I think so. Like I said, it depends on how the MCU contract goes for Coogler. I think that Ryan Coogler has a different kind of frustration with Disney and Marvel than what James Gunn did. But The problem that I see, you're either going to put Ryan Coogler on a mainstream project, or you're going to continue to shoehorn him as the black director for black superheroes.
Okay, fair enough.
And DC does not have the depth of roster for the second option.
Okay.
I could see Ryan Coogler doing a solo Jon Stewart film.
That would be pretty dope.
It would be great. But, you know, what he brought to the MCU in his vision of Wakanda, there's no equivalent in DC. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe Vixen.
Okay.
Vixen would be a great series for him to do. But
I think that would be better small screen than it would be
exactly. Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, who are besides Vixen? Who are the two main DC heroes associated with Africa? Animal Man and Bwana Beast.
Yeah, we're not doing.
No, it's not going to go. But like I said, we know Ryan Coogler is talented.
Yes.
He's a visionary. I would love to see him maybe bring in the Titans into the DCEU.
Okay. That would be a pretty good one.
He could springboard off the character's newfound popularity and do a Mr. Terrific movie.
We got some news coming up on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't want to shoehorn him. I'm just thinking in the way that we know the Warner Brothers C-suite thinks.
Right.
And yeah.
How can he make the money, and what audience can he target?
Right. Exactly. Without thinking of beyond the shoebox that they know.
All right. So the next subject up for us, you shared a video with us in our Facebook group chat that included a reveal of Jack Kirby Street in New York City.
It is a corner in New York City. Delancey, and I can't remember the name of the other street, but that is the corner where Jack Kirby lived and worked. That was where his
Delancey and Essex.
Yeah, that's where his home studio was, where he lived, raised his family, worked, did everything. So yeah, the corner of Delancey and Essex is now Kirby and Yancey Street.
Kirby and Yancey Street. All right.
Yes.
All right. I like it, man. Like, the man deserved it. The man deserves it.
Long overdue. And he joined. There's a list of comic book creators that deserve to have streets in their hometowns named after them.
Yep. 100%.
And we gotta get these things going in there. But
I think Ryan Coogler should get a street in Oakland.
Exactly.
And if not in Oakland, then he needs one in Sacramento, because we love him up
Oakland. Steve Ditko needs to get his own street.
Yep.
Let's get the New York contingent more with Sal and John Buscema.
Yeah.
John Romita, Jr. and Senior, and
nice. Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, I'm for it. If we're gonna start naming streets after people, we got enough of them out there. Shit, let's do it.
Controversial, okay?
Yeah.
Controversial. I think that there needs to be a street in Harlem named after Archie Goodwin, the dude who created Luke Cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may not have understood black culture when he went to create Luke Cage, but he created an icon that was built up over time.
Yeah, and is now a hero, so to speak.
Yeah.
All right, so the next subject on docket, as we continue to move through Pop Culture Corner, is comic publishers to file paperwork against Diamond Comics this week. Sir, maybe you can do a better job of explaining what is going on with this.
So, as most of us in comic book land,
give you the stage.
Yeah, as most of us in comic book land know, Diamond Distributors, the largest distributor of comics in North America, is undergoing bankruptcy. Lots of different reasons for it. Another part of the reason is that Diamond purchased Alliance Games Distribution a few years ago. They are the largest distributor of role-playing games and board games in America. You walk into Walmart, you see a Dungeons & Dragons box set. That was Alliance supplying it to Walmart. Okay. So they got into a lot of financial problems and had to declare Chapter 11. No, summer last year, I think it was. And there was a lot of shenanigans about who was going to buy the company because the company was being put up for auction. And one person won, but then backed out, sending it to the next bidder. And the first bidder that won turned out to may have been playing shenanigans with Diamond to try to jack up the price, and that it was the second bidder that they were going to get the Diamond. Overall, they just wanted to jack up the price that way. I mean, we all know how eBay works. So now the problem is that Diamond has a ton of comics and role-playing games and board games in their warehouses that are on consignment. And if you don't know how consignment works, consignment means that the manufacturer gets paid when the vendor gets paid. It's not, it's not we buy it
from you and then go sell it myself. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So the consignment tends to be a little bit of a better profit margin for the manufacturer, for all things considered. But the problem is now Diamond, as part of their bankruptcy reorganization, they are trying to sell their consignment inventory. And not just comics manufacturers, but role-playing game manufacturers are saying, what? No, this is not supposed to work. And Diamond's like, yeah, whatever. Because they want Diamond's value to increase for the buyer. And so
basically it's like selling off a product, but it's not excess product, but it's not excess product.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just to try to inflate their numbers so they can.
It's product that they got basically for free.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's not good. Dark Lord 100 knows the stress of financing indie comics.
Yeah.
The profit margin is even slimmer in the role-playing game market for indie developers.
Wow.
And even for some of the bigger names, if you're not doing, if your product is not Dungeons and Dragons, your profit margins are like monofilament wire on a razor blade thin.
Okay.
It is terrible. And so now, the game manufacturers are getting together with the comic book folks, and they are bringing a class action suit to say, stop the fuckery. pay us. Then you can sell off the stock.
And yeah, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. And various game manufacturers are starting Kickstarters to fund their legal proceedings.
Against
So you'll be
Diamond.
against Diamond. Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane, man. Well, look, I guess at some point I remember, and I know you probably remember this as well. And let me welcome to the show the man with the master plan. What's up, Saint? We're
What's
currently
good, man?
talking. Welcome in.
Yeah.
We currently talking comic publishers file paperwork against Diamond Comics. Dave just explained a lot of it about what's going on there. Made me lose my train of thought when I saw you in the whatchamacallit there. Oh well.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. But go ahead.
Well, because I mean, I'm still, part of that world, and we pay attention. Like Diamond has been, Diamond has been shifty for years.
Yep.
For years and years. I mean, since the fucking 90s. So, I mean, I'm not,
just to catch you up, Saint, Diamond is essentially trying to sell all their inventory that they had on consignment in order to bump up their value for the new ownership coming in. So that's selling
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just the comics. It's all the role-playing games and board games that they got from owning Alliance Distribution. So, there's a lot of GoFundMes going out by the smaller game companies to try to fund their legal challenge to this, and they've got the class action suit building up.
That's going to be interesting to keep an eye. We're definitely going to need to keep an eye on that.
Right.
See, what's going on, because Diamond, you can't be out there doing that to folks. You just can't. You got to chill. Give people their money. All right. So we're going to jump from that to another random story from,
Smokey better have my money.
But Practical Magic 2. The movie that is going to be is going to be coming out. If I don't remember, Practical Magic was a movie that came out late 90s.
Yeah, around
you're talking about Nicole Kidman and
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
But
why? Is this
evidently
movie that we need, or is this a movie that we want?
I'm pretty sure that they're go ahead.
It's a movie that we may not want, and we definitely don't need, but there are some people who want to see it. So, not my cup of tea, but I'm not going to yuck someone else's yum over this, because it is a chick flick.
Yeah, it most definitely. But
and that's still a genre that pulls in money. So. I don't see it as a dumb idea. It's just not an idea for me. But Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman are back.
Right.
They've been cast, and
they said
little Maisie Williams of Game of Thrones will be playing. I think it's Sandra Bullock's daughter. They said.
Yeah, 100%.
And we get in the boy Jaime Reyes from Blue Beetle. I cannot pronounce the guy's first name, unfortunately.
Zolo Mariduena.
Yeah, let me sharpen up my Nahuito.
But also, Deanne West is returning. Stockard Channing is returning. Yep. So it looks like, I'll say it like this: it may not be a movie that I go see unless the Munchkin wants to go see it for whatever reason. That I go see in the theaters or even at home, but it's got an all-star cast. It's probably going to be a good movie. You can't put that much talent on a screen and not at least get a somewhat decent movie.
Yeah, for a chick flick, it was decent, because I've seen it. Just from my perspective, I appreciate Practical Magic because it called out one of the biggest misinformation tropes about paganism in America, and that is witch burning.
Gotcha.
Witch burning occurred in a very small part of Scotland and was not brought over.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they talk about, the ancestor of the sisters was hung, which was that was one of the traditional American punishments for witchcraft. It was hanging, or what's called the press, which is they put you on a big boulder and they lower another big boulder on top of you, let go of the rope, and the way the boulder crushes you. Those were the two. But for some reason, there's this um, misinformation that witches in America were burned, and I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's more romantically tragic, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, not my call in there, but I do appreciate them for even a chick flick putting that little bit of historical accuracy in there.
There you go. There you go. All right. So that'll take us from that. We'll leave that there. Like I said, we'll talk more about it once we actually get to see a trailer and see what they're talking about. But the next one was brought to us straight from Dave, and that is the rumor that Marvel is in development on a Moon Knight season 2. Now, this I can say, Saint, is something that we all want, or we all need, I should say.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I want more Moon. I want more Moon Knight. I want more Tawit.
Yeah.
The Hippo Goddess. She was the show stealer, absolutely. But from what I said, there's already plans for integrating Moon Knight into the greater MCU, into other non-Disney Plus projects. But the rumor is that the proposed storyline for a season 2 of Moon Knight is going to revolve around, once again, Stephen Grant and Mark Spector working back and forth together, but to track down Jake Lockley.
That man deserves an Oscar for how many personalities he plays.
Because remember, at the end of Moon Knight season 1, Mark and Steven are free from Khonshu's influence.
Right.
But good old Jake is still in Khonshu's corner. And that's all Khonshu needs is a violent cabbie completely willing to cap a bitch.
For me, I'm gonna tell you though, like that movie, that show is well done, and I hope they don't wait too long to develop season 2. That it's not necessarily irrelevant to the bigger MCU, but it's irrelevant kind of as an IP. By the time they bring it back. So because people, just like comic book fans, just like every other fandom, they have a tendency to move on to the next, like Locust, they have a tendency to move on to the next piece of meat very quickly.
Because we're starting to get into, we may have multiple Avengers groups going forward.
Yeah.
With one of them being Dark Avengers, which is going to be the more mystical side. So you'll have Doctor Strange or whoever the Sorcerer Supreme is, Doctor Strange or Wong or whoever. A few of the other mystics, like maybe getting a redemption arc for Wanda in there, and then the lovely, just introduced Zelma Stanton.
I was going to say, what about Zelma?
From Ironheart. There's possibilities of the Strange Academy being turned into a Disney Plus series.
Nice.
So, and of course, everyone's favorite rogue, Loki, get involved on the action.
He's a little tied up right now, but all right, Saint. So, what are your thoughts?
I saw that shade eye, Saint.
I'll say, what are your thoughts on Moon Knight season 2, sir?
I would actually be looking forward to something like that, because I mean, for me, Moon Knight, for me especially, the early stages with the comic book and so forth, like that was Marvel's Batman as far as I'm concerned. It's just, he's little conflicted with the personalities. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah.
but yeah, I for one, I cannot wait to see an MCU fight between Moon Knight, Daredevil, and Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Just a
good.
complete three-way throwdown because it's Marvel. The heroes have to fight each other before they say, "Wait a minute, this is stupid. We need to work together to fight," and then start unloading on the real threat.
Uh, yeah, man. Like I said, it's just something. It's another thing to look forward to on the Marvel docket.
Yeah,
There's normally at least 2 to 3 things every year to look forward to, regardless of how
yeah,
you feel about where the MCU is going right now.
yeah.
All right,
I
so
mean,
another Marvel rumor is that Marvel Studios is planning to introduce the MCU's version of Norman Osborn in one of the upcoming Spider-Man uh, movies. So let's do some fan casting. Who do y'all see as the next Norman Osborn? Who was the last to play him?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem
Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe, yeah. But in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series, um, they got Norman Black now. I don't know offhand who the voice actor is for it.
Yeah.
Um, so it remains to be seen. I mean, we've already got Aaron Davis in the Spider-Man MCU
Right.
films in there. Um, so let's develop him. I mean, Prowler is you develop Prowler, you bring in Miles Morales.
Right.
I mean, that
And
would
that's
be a good way of doing it.
you kind
Of
of do both.
the focus, yeah, you can do both. Again, and that kind of gets into an issue where one of the things I've heard about the new Superman film is that there's just too much stuff going on,
Mm, I've
and
heard
we
that
all
complaint as
know
well.
we all know that too much side plots going on was the downfall of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
Well,
But that it's amount of, so
I mean, I just
again,
saw
it
the
all,
movie.
yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I know. I
he's
know.
not
I'm just
pushing back
saying,
against your opinion.
I'm
He's
not
just saying,
pushing.
like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm setting up your opinion for later.
Oh.
yeah.
'Cause
Well, actually, for next.
you're gonna have the mic, sir. Believe us.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but again, there's so much potential in the Spider-Man IP that Sony has just completely fucked up. There's no other way of saying it. They have fucked up their Spider-Man IP in
Uh,
ways that are almost completely unsalvageable.
wow.
Um, you
Wow.
know, Craven was probably the besides Venom. Okay, I will admit Venom's not my favorite, but the Venom films were good.
Yeah.
But everything else has been absolute shit and a joke, which is a shame because Craven is such a great character for Spider-Man to go up against, especially in like a Craven's Last Hunt storyline. There's so much stuff that they could do. I mean, they wasted Sydney Sweeney on as Julia Carpenter. When can you imagine how much money Sony would make if they had cast Sydney Sweeney as Black Cat? And apparently, finally, speaking of Felicia, apparently Sony is finally got the idea. Hey, maybe we should bring in Black Cat in the next Spider-Man film.
Well,
So,
sometimes
yeah,
sometimes it takes them a minute to catch up. So,
and
go
I
ahead.
believe actually, I can't sure, but I think that they are looking at. We mentioned Elle Fanning as
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey earlier.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at. No, sorry, it's Anna Taylor Joy that they're looking at to play Felicia
Okay.
in the next Spider-Man film.
All right. Well, Marvel, like I said, I haven't really been truly disappointed by anything you've done, so we'll see where it goes
Nope.
from here. All right, Saint, we're going to give you the mic for a second and let you do your thing. The man just went and saw the new Superman movie today, so he'll drop
Yeah.
his thoughts on you.
Look, I'm going to say this right now. This new Superman movie is the fucking business, okay? I will give in the rankings. I'm not even going to say in the rankings just yet, but he is an amalgam of Christopher Reeve and Tyler Hoechlin. Okay, you get elements of the original Superman theme, originally composed by John Williams, that this movie really gives you a lot of hope. But I will tell you this: it's action packed. Edie, and I cannot pronounce his name correctly, but Eddie Mew Gathegi, who played Mr. Terrific. He was the standout in this movie. Crypto was also in the standout. Nicholas Holt was a very, very well thought out, very ruthless Lex Luthor. I mean, he was right there. He was definitely the villain of villains. David Cornsweet, very excellent Superman. He was down to the point, and I guarantee you, folks, you will not want to miss this movie. It is right up there. It is right up there. I mean, it was ranked 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. So when I tell you it's a real good movie, Nathan Fillion standing out as Guy Gardner, like I really got a kick out of it. And like I said, it was action packed. It definitely touched all the points. You in the beginning, they gave you a rundown, and it'll tell you like it goes from 300 years to 3 minutes. And in the opening screen, it comes just like that. Alan Tudyk, Android number 4, played his role. I'm telling you, it was good. Oh, and spoiler alert, I hate to say this, but you will never believe who Jor-El is.
Who?
Bradley fucking Cooper.
Yeah, nice.
Bradley Cooper is Jor-El. When I sat up there and I looked at, oh, wait a minute, hold on, wait, what?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of the Guardians show up in this film.
Yeah.
Palm Klemhofer, I butcher her name all the time. Mantis and Michael
and
Rooker.
Yeah,
Michael Rooker
even John
show up,
and
yeah.
even John Cena showed up. So
It's
we know,
Peacemaker.
yeah. So we know that this is definitely a connection. But the one character, and I will say this, the one character, the one central figure, will definitely be Rick Flag Sr. because he started off with Creature Commandos. He definitely made his presence well known in this movie. And then, of course, you already know he's going to be taking off in season 2 of Peacemaker. So we will definitely see where it's going. And on a scale of 1 to 10, the movie, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not going to say comparing because it's two different generations, you know, especially when it comes to the special effects and all of that. But if you believe that a man could fly with Christopher Reeve, I guarantee you definitely, the reality check came right in.
All right.
It was good, definitely
Awesome.
good.
So Saint recommends y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See
we
that
gotta
Superman.
check it.
All right,
Absolutely.
so that leads us right back into our next subject in Pop Culture Corner. That is the Superman movie may possibly be getting spin-off shows focusing on Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen are both being considered for their own series. So, gentlemen, would you? I know I would watch a series about Mr. Terrific for sure, but Jimmy Olsen, I don't know. How y'all feeling about that?
Oh yeah, listen. This Jimmy Olsen, this is a smart motherfucker here, okay? And he was definitely a standout for the movie. And this is Skylar Gisondo, who
Yeah.
played Jimmy Olsen, and he wasn't no punk. I'll put it to you this way: he was actually a little bit of the brains in this movie. So I would and I mean, if it's thought out well, yeah, I think it could happen. Now, Mr. Terrific, especially from this movie, oh fuck yeah,
That
Yeah.
oh
would be
yeah,
good.
oh
All right,
absolutely,
Yeah.
Mr. Runescribe, your
Totally.
thoughts?
totally
Um,
different from Arrow.
Yeah, I am
Even though I like the
all.
guy on there.
Yeah, I like the guy on there too. I like Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl. I thought
Uh-huh.
that he was fantastic.
Miak Taylor.
Miak
Yeah,
Taylor, yeah.
yeah.
I was just kind of. It's like really, this is like the one time that you've actually got Jimmy Olsen who would be a perfect romantic partner with Kara, and you're going to get the whole Mon-El Brainiac thing going on. But yeah, Jimmy Olsen can be cool, and especially that actor who I know mostly from the Righteous Gemstones. Um, he was you, and if you guys have not seen Righteous Gemstones, you need to watch that series.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic swan song for John Goodman.
nice.
Absolutely spot on, perfect satire of televangelism that actually reaches in and shows good Christian morals. That the only times things go right for the family is when they start practicing the stuff from the Bible instead of being hypocrites about stuff.
Hey,
Or the
Yeah.
Righteous
So
Gemstones.
Righteous
yeah.
Gemstones, fantastic show. Go watch it. He plays the younger, or he plays the oldest son of, um, oh, Eastbound and Down.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. The main creator. Um, ah, I got old brain today. But anyway, yeah, he plays the guy's oldest son who ran away and didn't want to be a preacher. He wanted to be a Hollywood stuntman. And over the course of the series, it ends up with series with him and John Goodman just kind of talking out on the a pier, and Skylar Zonda's character saying, "You know, Grandpa, I think I want to be a preacher like you." Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so that will
Yeah.
close us up for Pop Culture Corner. And for those of you who are not here at the top of the hour, we'll go back to the Pop Culture Quiz question of the day, or a question for this segment. What is the only film to have won all Big Five Academy Awards? Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. Dave, no
I
drum roll
answered it.
needed.
I'm not going to say anything. We're going to see if Mr. Agent K28 has it.
Big
What do you think,
Five.
Saint? Before I drop this answer.
Damn, that's I would say, because that's gonna go deep into the, is either on Golden Pond, or I was gonna say Kramer versus Kramer, but not right offhand.
All right, Dave.
Oh, wait a
gave the
minute, wait a
answer.
minute, wait. One of the Godfathers.
Okay. That's your guess? That's your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, Dave gave
All
the correct
good.
answer.
All good
Early.
choices, but the correct answer is Silence of the Lambs.
In 1991.
Swept the Oscars.
Yep.
That's right.
There you go. There you go. All right. So that is going to close us down for Pop Culture Corner. We'll come back to talk a little SmackDown Alley, talk a little bit about the goods and the bads of last night's Saturday
Oh
night
my
main event.
God. Yes.
We'll also talk about the upcoming Evolution pay-per-view, which will be happening in about an hour.
Yep.
So y'all kick back, enjoy. We're going to take this break, and we will see you guys then. This has been the Cheap Pop Podcast with a full host segment of myself, Dark Lord 100, Rune Scryer, and the man with the master plan, the Saint. And we'll see y'all on the back end of the break. Peace. Oh, where is it? Yeah, wait a minute. I know. Hold up. Oh, snap. Oops. I forgot for these ones I have to. It's not uploaded. I have to.
Yeah.
There we go.
It happens.
It happens. It does. Nope, that's from me. There you go. No, that's the classroom. There you go. All right. All right, gentlemen. We out.
All right.
Peace.
I'll be back.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. Get on your mark, let's go. This is now versus then. Burning up your radio, still turning up the heat with Poetic on the flow. Got you moving to the beats with the Saint as your host. Shout out the collective, hold it down, we gon' clown, that's the lesson. Where Generation X meets Generation Next, with them bangers from the east to the south to the west. Yeah, this how we do it in Sacktown. Slide to the studio, yup, it goes down. These beats gon' pound, waking the game up, told you it goes down. And this is only the intro. Turn the mics on, shout out to my kinfolk. Where you at, y'all? Let's get this started. Turn down for what? We about to start the party. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah, come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
There you go. Well, that unmutes me, but not them. I have the power now.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. There we go.
You don't,
Okay.
have, you don't have the power sword. How can you have the power?
Love me some He-Man, man. Love me some He-Man.
Yeah.
All right. So we are back from the break, and as always, we open up every segment with a pop culture quiz question. And again, like I said, gentlemen, as the day goes on, this one is kind of half hard, half not. And don't let that take your mind anywhere, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pop culture quiz question. Which two actors have played the role of Hannibal Lecter in the film based on the character created by Thomas Harris? Save your answers for the end of the segment.
Ooh, yeah.
Real quick before we move on to the alley and get to talking some wrestling, I wanted to do a real quick review on a movie that I watched this week. I know I'm about 3 months behind the game on this, but I just recently watched Karate Kid's Legends. It was, as far as I'm concerned, a really good movie. It had all, if you enjoyed the original Karate Kid, it had all the basic beats. I was telling Rune Scryer off air that this movie is what the Jaden Smith Jackie Chan Karate Kid should have been. Like, this is how they should have made it and tried to tie it into the original Karate Kid, etc. It gives you a brief explanation of how the Jackie Chan character and the Miyagi character kind of, and how the two arts of Miyagi-Do and Kung Fu kind of come together and are similar, and kind of gives you a little thing. And then it introduces you to the main character, and Lee, I think his name is. And yeah, it has all the classic moments, all the classic beats of the original Karate Kid movie. My only flaw to it that I would say, the only drawback or what I'd say disappointed me, was that literally from the time they tell you that the Five Boroughs tournament is starting to the final match, which is like the last 20 or so, 20, 25 minutes of the movie, it feels like it's about 15 minutes. Like, to me, they didn't dedicate enough time to the actual tournament and showing us more matches than just the final match. Now, maybe I'm missing something from the original. Maybe that's exactly how they did it there, but I don't remember that. I just remember that I thought we got more fights, or maybe I'm just used to Cobra Kai. Who knows? But that would be my only complaint for it. Definitely recommend it. Karate Kids Legends, excellent movie. And yeah.
You sound a little disappointed there, sir.
Well, no, I was just disappointed because I wanted to see more karate fights. Like, I wanted, like, not to say I wanted less story. Like, you could have given me a little bit more movie and given me more of the fights, because they did a great job with story. Oh, that, and I was telling them the one thing I didn't know going into the movie that I found out after I got there, that Joshua Jackson was in the movie. And I actually liked his character too. But like I say, it's worth seeing if you can get it on digital, or if there's a movie theater near you still playing it. I would go see it. It's worth it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's gonna lead us into our next segment, That is all right. All
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
SmackDown Alley. You know what? Let's kick it off with Saturday night's main event.
We
You
must.
know, there's going to kind of be too much to talk about here. So,
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event happened last night. And as far as I'm concerned, it was a good event. If you ask AEW fans, it was the worst event ever. And All In was the best event. But guess what, guys? If you're an AEW fan, go ahead and tune out now because we're not going to be talking about All In. Anyway, nobody gives it. Like, really. Anyway. Oh, congratulations to Hangman Adam Page. I will say that on All In. He won this. He won this the AEW title. So, congratulations to him. Now, we got Saturday night's main event with Goldberg in the main event, taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. But this was only a 4-match card. A lot of people criticized it, but this is not supposed to be a PLE. It's basically like a Monday Night Raw, an extra Monday Night Raw that you get on Saturday nights. But we opened up with Randy Orton taking on Drew McIntyre with Jelly Roll in his corner and Logan Paul in Drew McIntyre's corner. Hold on. Yep, man from a million miles away. Yeah, I saw this SummerSlam match coming too. Anyway, well, I'll say, real talk, this was a great match within itself, just the match kind of that happened in between all the silliness. But I don't know, and I'd love to know how you guys feel. I'm kind of, well, the match itself was well wrestled. I'm wondering how we're feeling about the whole Jelly Roll, Logan Paul. Like, they've already announced it. This is leading to a tag team match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
With Orton and Jelly Roll. So I want to get y'all feelings on what y'all think that could look like. Because we know Logan Paul surprised the hell out of us. Maybe Jelly Roll will. A drop kick here, you know what I'm saying? Like clothesline there. You look pretty good.
I mean, Jelly Roll was handling business with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of surprised of because I wasn't expecting Logan Paul to be I was expecting WWE to start stomping on Logan Paul like this because he looked like a punk completely with the out of ring stuff. Jelly Roll was handling him.
First and foremost, Logan Paul may be a fighter, but Jelly Roll does outweigh him by like almost.
Yeah.
But in general, I get what you're saying. Like,
but at the same time, Jelly Roll isn't as trained as Logan Paul. Okay, and more importantly, the vaunted right hand punch for Logan Paul, Jelly Roll block, bam, lays him out. Jelly Roll's laying out Logan Paul with one punches.
And that's the thing about it is that I was impressed to see what I saw. And if you watch SmackDown, it kind of started there and then it rolled into Saturday night's main event. Am I excited to see Jelly Roll get in the ring? Not really. I'd much rather see him sing. But am I against it? We gave Stephen Amell, Logan Paul, Snooki got a WrestleMania match. So if Snooki can actually wrestle at WrestleMania, then Jelly Roll can get a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
As long as Cardi B don't step in the ring, and if she does, please somebody like Raquel Rodriguez give her like a Samoan drop, and like just show her why her little ass shouldn't be in the ring. Anyway, Saint, your thoughts on Jelly Roll and Randy Orton?
All right, it's a great story. We already know it's going to be one of the matches one of the many matches that's going to be in this 2-day event.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. You know, we always gotta have the celebrity angle with WWE, and you know, it's like every major pay-per-view event that there's a celebrity in the match. So I think it's gonna be an interesting angle. Logan Paul is a bitch. We will just definitely keep that running, but he's a great bitch because he, like, I guess you consider to be him a great bitch, being a villain and all of that, but
He's a great
yeah.
heel, but he's still a bitch.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought I was gonna look at it, but then with the Viper, Randy Orton, and then you got the Claymore on Jelly Roll. That was sorry.
well done.
That was fucking, but that was well done. But
He
the
took
shit
it
was
like a
funny.
champ.
He took a hit, but he really shouldn't have. No,
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre had no business, and I mean absolutely no business dropping that Claymore on him. Shame on you, Drew McIntyre.
What did Drew say? What did Drew say?
I
You
don't
step
care.
into my ring, you are a target. If you are not a wrestler, you should not be in that ring. As much as I
But
want
then
Randy
what
Orton,
the fuck is what the fuck is Logan Paul? Because he's semi wrestler. I mean he's got a couple of good good kicks, but fuck that motherfucker.
I'll tell you, he's kind of for me like the Miz was. I didn't like the Miz until I realized the respect he had backstage. And I still don't like Logan Paul, but I respect him because of the fact that man gets, like, I've not heard a single wrestler say a single bad thing about his work ethic, and it ain't because, he's a celebrity, they can't say nothing bad about him or else they'll get, no. Like, they genuinely have nothing bad to say about him. Like, his work ethic is there. He delivers when he has matches. I respect the guy. I still don't like him as a human being. It's kind of like on Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up running that match on WWE.
I don't like
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather as a human being. Don't know him, but from what I've seen, I don't like him. But I respect him as a boxer. I will never take his title away from him as a boxer. But all right. So that match is leading to the tag team match at SummerSlam. The next matchup was quite impressive. I think Jimmy's definitely coming along from that, what was slightly above mediocre match against Jay at WrestleMania. But this match with Solo Sikoa was pretty nice. And what are officially now being called the MFTs.
Which what does that mean?
My
I don't know what
tree.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my fucking
tree.
team.
My family tree. Okay.
Yeah.
My family tree. I thought it was my fucking team. I was like, all right, yeah. Solo's team. Anyway,
I hate you, Solo.
so yeah, after having a great match and actually having to get and Jimmy ended up losing the match because Tala Tonga got involved, the monster that is him. Can't wait to see him and Roman face off. They got to at some point. But Tala Tonga and Solo keeps the belt. They proceed to start beating down Jimmy. Beating the snot out of poor Jimmy Uso. And out comes
Yeah.
the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, to come out and lay out everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. That wasn't until he ran into Tala, who hit him with the boot from hell, put him on his ass, and then he had to get back up and put Tala out the ring.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see how that's going to work out. I wonder if at some time,
Oh, gas, no brakes.
at some point, because somebody brought up the fact that they brought back Tongaloa, but not Tama Tonga. So I was watching this video where they were talking about, so what do you think that means? Like, does that mean they're going to bring back Tama as a face? Could we see Tama Tonga end up pairing up with Roman and Jacob and Jimmy and Jay? I don't smell War Games. I think we're a little too close to Survivor Series for a War Games match. But like I said, Roman is coming back at SummerSlam. Whoever said that on the show before when we were talking about it, and I said I thought he was coming back at Saturday night. They confirmed like 2 days before Saturday night's main event, he'll be coming back at SummerSlam. So, okay. So they'll be coming back at SummerSlam. So yeah, maybe we get a War Games match. Who knows? Who knows? Because who knows where Roman's going to come back to, what feud he's going to take on. Because the next match left us with more questions than answers, as what seemed like what was a good match going until Seth Rollins did a flip off of went to go do a backflip off of the middle rope.
Yeah.
And landed on his knee wrong. And I tell y'all this. At first I was like, oh, look, yeah, he tweaked it. And then I was like, oh, look, he's playing him and he's gonna act all down and out of it. And then as soon as LA Knight comes close, he's gonna like poke him in the eye and, you know what I'm saying, start beating up on him.
Yeah.
And he just sat there. And I was just like, ooh. And he sat there talking to Paul Heyman, and then the doctor came over. And then I don't know what the conversation was, but Seth said, yeah, I'm good to go. Got up, took a kick to the gut, a BFT, laid there for the 3. And LA Knight cleared the ring after getting the victory. But you could even see on LA Knight's face, he was like, okay, that wasn't how that was supposed to go.
Yeah.
They later confirmed that they haven't confirmed what the injury is, but they did confirm that Seth injured himself in that match. This is most likely not kayfabe, which means that whole storyline that he was building to is now what?
I think on hold.
Yeah.
No,
So
they're gonna. I guarantee you, they're gonna pull some kind of genius way to get it rocked out. I mean, it's not as big a disaster as the Marvel and Kang thing. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we just. You know, they can make a couple of slight fixes.
Yeah. Well, I could see them depending. I think it depends on how bad the injury is and how long he's going to be out. Like if he's only out for a couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying? Like if he's only out for a couple of weeks, then I could see them like having him come out limping or with crutches until he's finally cleared to be able to actually wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And still have him antagonize people, but not necessarily get physical.
Exactly.
You know, but in general, it just sucks. And like I said, you could see the way that match ended, that it wasn't supposed to end like that. Or maybe Knight was supposed to win, but he wasn't supposed to win like that. You know, so get well soon, Seth Rollins. Get well soon, Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Raw ain't going to be the same without you if you're out for however long.
Of course, it could be interesting to see Braun dealing backstage, just trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing without Seth giving direction.
Well, I think that Paul Heyman would lead. I think the most logical thing, if Seth is out in for a short amount of time, like a couple of months, is have Paul Heyman now lead the team of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed after the tag team titles,
just like they did with the Bloodline.
You know, like have Paul Heyman lead them, and then that way it gives them something to do. It gives them a storyline and something to do while Seth's out, and then when Seth comes back, he can get the big title, and they'll all hold the gold.
Yeah, but again, that just pushes forward the it's Bloodline 2.0, you know, analysis of this.
I don't see Bloodline 2.0 as a bad thing. I don't know. Like I don't think
how
the
long they
Bloodline
push it.
Yeah, I don't think you could maintain that with anybody else. Again, just like I talk about the Attitude Era being the perfect assembly of Hall of Fame talent, like top tier, bigger than life wrestlers under one roof at one time. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to build a faction like that again. Primarily because it was Primarily because it was done so well the first time. Yeah, Degeneration X is another one. It was done so well this first time that if you try to duplicate it, you're going to get the comparisons of, oh, this is Bloodline 3.0, 5.0, whatever people
Well,
want to call it.
I
So
don't know.
this
I-
wasn't. I think this was built a little bit differently. I think the only similarity to this and the Bloodline is Paul Heyman. Is that Paul Heyman is there? I think
don't
this
know.
came together in its own kind of way. What's up?
Well, no, I don't know because, like, you know, just like you could simply talk about like the first time that it's a perfect example, just like you did with DX. You know, the
Yeah.
first time they were like super, you know, like you had Rick Rude, you had China, you had Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and then you get the Road Dogg, and then you get badass Billy Gunn, then you get fucking X Pac, and then you start shaving it down, and then you hold that stable for a while, then it dies, and then like 2 years later, you just come back with the original two. It's just, you know, same antics, all the same craziness, just a little more grown up, but there was a bigger difference. That's just like right now with fucking what we talking about here? Jesus, my brain is on fire today. I don't know what's
With
going
Seth
on.
Rollins.
Yeah, with Seth Rollins. That's kind of like, you know, you do deal with the bloodline. You break that down, and then you just do something a little similar. I know that Paul Heyman is going to be able to hold it down.
Oh yeah, Paul Heyman is definitely going to be able
yeah,
to hold it down.
and just, you know, make it happen, and then we'll see what happens with
Seth.
everything going on until, because
Well-
I do believe that Roman Reigns is going to have to go in one of these directions, you know, with either the CM Punk and Seth Rollins, you know, situation, or you got to get ready for this, what I call Bloodline 2.0.
Now remember, Roman could challenge Gunther when he comes back, because Roman is the type of guy, and he has the stature that he can come back and challenge for a title immediately. Or what I'm thinking is that it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at SummerSlam. I think that what we're going to get is Cody's going to lose to Cena for a second time. Okay? Cody's going to lose to Cena. Reigns is going to be his next challenger. That's where I think they're going with it. But we'll see. SummerSlam is what, in like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Don't we have Night of Champions before? No, that was June.
No, that was
28th.
June.
Last month.
Yeah.
All right. So this event closed with what is not being called, what is the retirement match for the one and only Goldberg. Not Gilbert. Goldberg. And to me, I thought it was a pretty decent match. I don't know if Goldberg actually hurt himself or not. Midway through the match with his knee, or if he was just really, really good at selling it. But I wasn't impressed as far as like wrestling skill, but as far as it being compared to his last two matches, which were just straight garbage, like he actually wrestled a match. And bravo to you to go out in your hometown. According to him, he said he thinks it's only his first loss in Atlanta ever. So he did it right. Now go right off in the sunset. And as they told you and Brock Lesnar when you guys had that match at WrestleMania, nah, 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 nah. Hey, goodbye. We love you, brother. We love you. But let yourself be a memory. Anyway, gentlemen, your thoughts on this match between the Ring General and Goldberg. Saint, you look like you got something to say. Go ahead and kick us off.
Oh no, that listen, that was some brutal shit.
Yeah.
And I think Gunther, the only reason I think he lost, he had to choke him out because like Gunther was like, oh, okay, you Yeah, he's getting my he's
Handing me my ass.
yeah, he's handing me an ass whooping of epic proportions. And the thing about it is, fuck the youth versus the old shit. The simple fact is, Goldberg was doing him dirty.
Yeah.
If I seriously think if he had landed that spear beforehand and just quickly did the jackhammer, he could have captured the belt. But we all know that wasn't gonna. I don't think he wasn't gonna do that. And also the simple fact. I mean, I loved because I even stood up and saluted like that, man. Because listen, Goldberg's been rolling hard for these last almost 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Big time.
Probably all these matches, especially with WCW, like we dealt with the Monday Night Wars and all that other kind of stuff. And I mean, he was just dropping motherfuckers on point.
On their head. Yep.
On their head. But the goodbye, I don't know. I kind of felt kind of like if the Undertaker did a better goodbye than when he left his boots in the ring.
Didn't he wrestle a match after that?
No. Well, no.
Yeah, I want to say he wrestled AJ Styles after that. Because he did that in his match against Roman Reigns.
That's right.
Yeah. I want to say he wrestled AJ Styles. I want to say he wrestled somebody else as well.
Okay, well, the only other person I think that left their boots in the ring and didn't wrestle another match was Triple H.
But he had no choice. Like, his shit was like, don't get back in the ring or die. Like there was no opportunity for Tripp to say, hey, one last match, retirement tour. They were like, nah, you done.
Yeah, you're done.
Permanent retirement.
Your last match was your last match. Like it just, this
but
is all
no,
good.
I mean, it is what it is. It just felt kind of
It
should have been. It should have been. He should have had like more pomp and circumstance than fucking what he did last night. That to me,
well, here's what
that was kind of weak sauce.
He got to do it his way in his town, and with his son and everybody else there. Like I was happy for him. Was it the best retirement match? Yeah, I know you. I know you are too. I'm saying, like, I was just happy for him. Like, was it the best retirement match ever? Like I said, for him, yeah, it was one of his better matches, like in general. But was it the best match ever? No, I thought Gunther carried a lot of that match. And rightfully so. He's dealing with like almost a 60-year-old dude. Like, yeah. So, but Dave, any thoughts on the main event before we move on?
I will speak freely. Haven't watched it yet. I had a busy day yesterday. Had a late night. Didn't know when someone was going to finish up with their stream, but Saint was cooking. So it's like, okay, I'm going to try to get some sleep, and I wasn't able to get my old ass up to get watch Saturday Night Main Event further than I think the midway point on it right now. I already knew that Gunther won, thanks to social media. But where am I on that? Yeah, I'm literally at the midway point. So Gunther is coming up next. So, I'm just about to Seth Rollins, LA Knight.
Okay. So, they're about halfway through. There was only 4 matches. So,
yeah.
All right. So, that matchup, or that Saturday night's main event led us to, which, by the way, there was also the Great American Bash. I watched that. It was pretty good. Check it out. Tonight, in about 26 minutes, will be the Evolution, the second Evolution pay-per-view, all females, or PLE. I'm here for it. You got triple threat with Lynch, Bailey, Valkyria. Fatal 4-way women's tag team match, Judgment Day, and this is where we're going to kick off, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Sol Roca and Ruka, who just made her debut on SmackDown, and Zarya. And here's what threw off my prediction. They also added the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. So whereas I was 100% sure before they announced that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were going to win the women's tag team titles, I could see I'm now torn because I could also see the Kabuki Warriors taking that. So what do you think about the addition of the Kabuki Warriors to this match? If you got any thoughts, Dave, go ahead and kick us off.
It's going to be good to see. The more I'm seeing of Asuka, the more I'm liking it. I already love Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane,
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to get my brain in gear to differentiate between Kairi Sane and Io Sky because I love them both. They're both great. But yeah, I'm really kind of psyched to see the Kabuki Warriors in action for my first time. So,
all right. And Saint, your thoughts?
Flair and Bliss.
Still
next. No, seriously. This will be the first time that Charlotte Flair will ever had tag team like series tag. No, they haven't. No, well, not.
I want to say she held it with Nikki Cross.
Yeah, that was right. That's right.
I want to say it was her and Nikki Cross.
Okay. Let me walk that back. But I think it'll be just a good idea, and it seems like they're gonna work well with this one. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I want to see Flair, and I really want to see Alexa Bliss take on that. The Kabuki Warriors.
Okay, I was wrong, Saint. She has been a tag team champion. I was right about that, but it was with Asuka in 2020. They beat Nia Jackson, Saint, and Shayna Baszler to win the titles.
Okay.
So
this would be the second go round. But no, I looking at the Kabuki Warriors now, being back in the ring for the first time, and I don't know what, almost a year and some change.
Easy since they were Damage Control, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they were still Damage Control. They were just, they would always just come back. Just with them two.
Well, when they are there when it's just Asuka and Kairi Sane, they're the Kabuki Warriors. Yeah. But when it's Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky, they're Damage Control. But yeah, so I'm looking. Like I said, that's one of the matches I'm looking forward to. It's a 4-way tag match. I hope to God they do it correctly. I hate the way that they do it, where they only have 3 people in the ring, but there's 4 teams. So there's always one whole tag team standing outside the ring. And I'm like, give me a fatal 4-way with tag teams with one partner on each corner. And then you have the rule where anybody can tag in anybody. All right. So we also have Tiffany Stratton taking on Trish Stratus, who's trying to give us all some stratisfaction for the WWE Women's Championship. This was Tiffany's chosen challenger. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I mean, it's Trish Stratus. What is there really more to say?
Exactly.
We're all looking to get stratified, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why. She said it on SmackDown, so I just have to keep saying it. But yeah, so that match should be pretty fun. I don't know. I love Trish Stratus, but I'm thinking Tiffany Stratton's actually going to keep the strap. And in a feud that was continued last night, as it's been continuing through Raw, SmackDown, everywhere else, you've got Jade Cargill and Naomi. It even spilled over in the Saturday night's main event last night as
beat her ass.
Yes, Naomi attacked Jade Cargill and beat her ass for a little bit before it was announced that this no holds barred match will have a special guest referee. And that special guest referee is none other than
Bianca Belair.
Has she learned how to referee now? Does she know something about refereeing now?
I hope so.
She's been a special guest referee before.
Look,
Yeah, I
I'm
know. It was just a
listen,
joke. It's like,
listen. I'm gonna say this.
Yes, she's the
This is gonna
ESPN
be
refereeing too.
this is gonna be this is gonna be a piece of work, gentlemen,
Uh,
and I'm looking forward to it. Um, it's gonna be brutal.
yeah,
yeah.
That's gonna be a brutal match.
I think
I'll
it's going to
take
be
it.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
Naomi, I just beg and plead of you, drop that tagline, sweetheart. It does not
Yeah.
work for you.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is about it. It just don't work. It just don't
It
work.
just doesn't flow. It ain't
The
got the flow.
look, beautiful. Miss Money in the Bank, amazing. That tagline, gotta go. Anyway, so we also now have from NXT JC Jane, the current NXT Women's Champion, with her tag team or with her group, Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix, is taking on Miss TNA, Jordan Grace,
Yeah.
with former Mariah May from AEW, who is now known as Blake Monroe. in her
Listen.
corner.
Listen, I can watch Jordan Grace wrestle all day, and I'm telling you, she's a beast.
Yeah,
When
she
when she came through for the Royal Rumble, what last year, the Women's Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was dumping on him. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
of course, she got her ass bounced out. You know, I forgot where she was, but she threw out a couple of motherfuckers, and
Yeah, she did.
yeah, she
Yeah, she did.
dumped on them. But yeah, I'll be glad to take a look at that particular match. That's one that's gonna be awesome.
Awesome! I came to play. All
It's
right.
got
so-
jokes.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. So the final match on that one is Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Now, Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky 1-1. So, will this be the end of Rhea's redemption streak this year as she faces Io Sky for that title? What do y'all think?
I think I don't know. I can go either way on it. I can understand, see it either way.
Saint?
Well, I don't know. I agree with Rune's Crier. I do believe that it's going to it could just go either way.
100%. 100%. Both girls are definitely deserving.
Yeah, they're
Rhea,
both
my
all,
bad.
they're
Excuse me
they're
just a
both
moment.
they're both already over. Rhea winning, it'd be more about getting the Io Sky Monkey off her back,
Right.
necessarily than the title. You know,
Hold on. There.
um,
There it is. Okay. All right. Oh, well, I guess we lost Saint for a sec. There he is. All right. So, next up, gentlemen, that's it for the Evolution pay-per-view. Next up is an article that I know if you're a wrestling fan, we've all heard about, and or not article, but a story we've all heard about, and that is Charlotte Flair talks being an older female in wrestling. All right, we're going to start out with the quote from Charlotte. She says she was asked if she starts off the section by she's saying she's old. She goes, not really, of course. She's only 39. But as a female wrestler who's pushing 40, she promises you that there are people in this industry who already consider her old. Never mind that she's literally younger than Cody, who is considered the face of the company, and Roman, who is possibly the biggest star. Never mind that CM Punk, who she's 7 years younger than, main evented night 1 of Mania, and John Cena, who she's 9 years younger than, main evented night 2. Never mind that we live in an era where athletes are extending their primes for longer than ever. For men, and I say and she said this with with so much respect for the guys that she just mentioned. There's no such thing as aging out. For women, though, the rules are just different. For women, as depressing as it sounds, she thinks that a lot of people still only know one way to value them, as young and disposable. And she thinks you see that in women's stories that are allowed to be told. So, gentlemen, Saint, kick us off with your thoughts on Charlotte's quote.
Wow, that's a loaded potato with the bacon, the chives, and the goddamn cheese. Well, just like any industry where women have a challenge to, you know what I'm saying? That is something that we have to always take a look at.
Not to mention industry where the physical appearance of a woman is the primary asset she's bringing to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Charlotte Flair can't wrestle, because she obviously can, but let's face facts. Guys are tuning in to the women's division. I mean, there's some of us who like the technical wrestling that's being put on by the women's division, but the vast majority of them are, it's basically a huge frat gathering at Mardi Gras. Show us your tits, show us your tits.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I say this. I am one that I believe, like, within behind closed doors, she's 100% right. I'm not a wrestler. I don't know what it's like. But from what I've been told from several wrestlers, locker rooms can be hard on female wrestlers. So this makes sense in regards to the fact that even amongst the boys in the back, she could be seen as old, you know what I'm saying, or needing to age out. I'm always one of those people that I believe if you can go. And I believe Triple H believes that, which is why we're seeing Trish Stratus at almost 50 years old taking on Tiffany Stratton for the women's title.
She is 50, I think.
Is she 50?
Yeah, I think she's past 50.
So we're seeing her come back for a title shot now. We're seeing Nikki Bella, who I believe is just a little bit younger than me, coming back to probably, and I was going to say the women's battle royal. I pretty much predict her to win that. Like the way it's setting up. Like I don't see anybody else in the match that makes me say, oh, well, yeah, she's going to win it instead of Nikki Bella. But nah, it's probably going to be Nikki Bella. Or maybe Brie Bella, who knows? There's talks that she may be coming back. But they're both in their early to mid 40s. They're like Charlotte's age, if not a little bit younger, like maybe 37, 38. But these women can all still go. And Jacqueline, I remember seeing Jacqueline well in her 50s doing a match at indie event, and she could still go. She can still out wrestle most of the women in the ring today. And so because of that, I'm like, people need to start looking at athletes. It's part of the reason why I say how long, and this is going to be a sports analogy, but how long LeBron plays isn't necessarily conducive of his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Because because in general, athletes are having longer careers today than they were in the past.
Yeah. And that's
so
the medical advances that have happened,
exactly.
We're not available, but look at how Tommy John surgery has extended the careers of pitchers in the MLB.
Oh, it used to be Tommy John surgery meant your career was over.
Well,
you needed that surgery, to an extent. No. I'm not saying it does now.
Yeah.
I'm saying no, because of the way they do the Tommy John, they can get you back within a year.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like medical advances have made it. What's up?
Same with MCLs and ACLs, and just better training techniques, better focus on nutrition, and exercise in the off season. It's it's becoming kind of like, okay, so the records are hard to reconcile from the early days with modern techniques, is all I'm going to say.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's basically my point when I talk about that type of stuff. All right, so we will close SmackDown Alley there. Okay, and we are going to give our answer to our second to
Oh,
last pop culture.
before
Was a
before we close down SmackDown, Alec, because we didn't get to Raw. Can I just point out the absolute beautiful promo that the New Day put out on Raw?
I must have missed that. What was that?
Oh,
They're all dressed up like New Day's dressed up
Oh,
like.
you talking about when they
No,
mourn the death of the tag
yes,
team division?
yes,
Yes, that was a
that
great
was
spot.
keep those outfits as your new ring gear. I'm telling you, that was
Uh,
absolutely beautiful.
from the same minds that brought us the New Day. I love
Yeah,
it. Like they are comedic. I won't say geniuses, but they're great at what they
they
do.
are really
And
good. Yeah.
before we go into video game, or actually when we kick off video game talk, I got something to tell you guys about WWE 2K25. That's pretty funny. Recent experience that I had. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, shout out to the New Day for that one if they came up with it. Shout out to whoever in creative came up with it if they did. But all right, we'll close this section. The question was, which two actors have played the role of Hannibal Lecter in films based on the character created by Thomas Harris? Saint, you look like you know the answer to this one. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what it is?
that would be Brian Cox in Manhunter, 1986, and then of course you have Anthony Hopkins with Signs of the Lambs in 1991.
Now, here's what I ask. Wasn't there a show recently with a gentleman by that
Yes.
was a show named Lecter or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Hannibal.
but I
So
don't.
you were asking
Hannibal.
about films, and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
the TV show.
that was the ever incredible Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
All right.
But you are wrong, sir, because there
Okay.
are three actors who have played Hannibal Lecter in films, not
Okay.
counting the Hannibal TV series. Brian Cox was the first. Anthony Hopkins is the most iconic, and Ralph Fiennes as the younger Hannibal Lecter in the remake of Red Dragon.
Oh,
that's
wow.
right.
Okay.
I
Fair
forgot
enough.
about that. All right.
Fair enough. You got us on that one.
Well, I
All
didn't
right.
know. Yeah, I think I saw Red Dragon, but
It
that was
wasn't
pretty
the-
much a remake of
the
Manhunter.
Manhunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, guys. So that will close out. And we're going to jump on over to all right. So before I give you guys the final pop culture quiz question for the day, tell you this quick story. So the other day I ran into an issue with my NCAA where it wouldn't start out. It needed startup. It needed 2 gigs worth more space. I thought I had just moved my WWE 2K25 over to my external hard drive. Evidently, it was deleted completely
whoa.
and all associated files.
Ow.
So I ended up having to re-download the game, and now all the progress that I made with the showcase gone. But I had beaten my rise and was going to go for another run with it. Gone. Well, I'll say, what else was it? Showcase. Oh, I don't know if all of my progress on the island is gone yet. I haven't checked that yet. Or if I'm going to have to create a new character, but I think that's all gone too.
I don't know. You think
It might be there. It's online, but we'll see. We'll see. I haven't signed into it yet, but we'll find out this Thursday when I do my WWE 2K stream. All right. So the final pop culture quiz question of the day is: which TV show is set in the fictional town of Pawnee, Indiana? All right, Dave looks like he knows the answer. Save it for the end of the segment, and we'll go from here. All right. So, first segment up, or first subject up, and Switch 2 players are getting banned for playing used games.
Yeah.
There have been reports of Switch 2 players after purchasing a used game and attempting to play it on their Switch 2 have found that they've been, when they went to go sign back in, have been blocked from the internet.
Yeah. This ain't good, Nintendo.
Yeah.
This ain't good, and I completely agree with our boy Tech Tinkers railing about it. No, this is not how you maintain your customer base.
Right.
You know, this is the penny wise pound foolish mindset of the larger video game industry C suites. This is not you, Nintendo. This is not your look.
Nope. Not at all. And that's where I'm just like,
I'm good.
it makes me not want to let my daughter buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Like, at least she could play used games on it, because shit, half of the games we bought her for her original Switch were used games that we bought from GameStop or something like that. So yeah, man, that's kind of jacked up. Like, Nintendo, you probably won't be getting my money. I'll be honest with you, for the Switch, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So, not good at all. All right, the next subject up is, let's see. According to GamerRant.com, Xbox Game Pass was just hit with a devastating blow that will be felt for years to come. Microsoft recently made the decision to lay off roughly 9,000 employees across various departments, with the Xbox division taking major hits. A heartbreaking decision that will have serious impact on Game Pass in the years ahead. Game Pass is the key to Microsoft's gaming strategy by offering day one games and instant access to a huge library of titles. Microsoft is effectively trying to make Xbox Game Pass the video game equivalent of Netflix. In order for the Xbox strategy to work, Microsoft has to ensure that there is a steady pipeline of new game releases for the service. Wow. Yeah, so I guess they're saying that firing all of those people from Microsoft is going to have a long-term effect. What do you gentlemen think about that?
I mean, you can't create content if you don't have creators.
Amen to that. Like, it's, yeah. Saint, your thoughts?
Listen, shit happens. You know, this industry is changing every day.
Yeah.
It gets ridiculous, you know, because I found out a couple of days ago about the layoffs, and I mean, I think it was close to 3,000 people. So
From the Xbox, that's insane.
Yeah, so when it comes to the games, I mean, helping to get, you know, the game day one releases or what have you, I get it. It does affect, you know, all the way around, with most of these players. I mean,
well, and
money
also
is just it's a big, where you got to get cut costs and money trails and all that other extra shit.
But the costs are coming from below, not the bloat at the top.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and that's,
believe me, I know that.
I mean, look at how many studios that Microsoft has acquired to create content for the Xbox have laid off and have scaled back a lot of their projects. I mean, they're starting to cut into Bungie. They're cutting into Bethesda that they just paid a buttload of money for. They're cutting into the Deus Ex or the Perfect Dark remaster. So it's penny wise, pound foolish.
Which is basically standard par for situations like these with money grubbing companies.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so The next subject will be one Saint will like because he's been talking about this for the past couple of days. But they're saying that CD Projekt Red has kept Cyberpunk 2077 alive through over 4 years of patching, reworking, and expansion updates. But that post-launch support has often come at a hefty storage cost. Now that update 2.3 is on the horizon, there's renewed speculation that it could demand just as much space as a full install of various AAA games, especially for Xbox players.
Yeah. See, this is the big thing. Like, the one thing I hate about Xbox is that you gotta download your games from your external drive in order for you to play them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's crazy. And then, with the updates I hear from Roxy, because she plays Call of Duty. It's like the other day, they had some kind of an update, but you had to get like 18.9 gigs just to get it, but it interfered with another game and you had to delete a game. Like, no, I can't do it. And that's one of the reasons, and I'm sorry, nothing that sneezes on Sony, but you got two drives in a PlayStation. You got your SSD drive, and then you have your internal drive. And guess what? You can play off your
It
SSD.
depends. That's a very specific thing that you have to buy a very specific drive. That's not just any drive. Because the drive that I have will not allow you to play anything other than PS4 games from the external hard drive. Everything else has to be played from the internal.
But no, we're just talking straight up PS5 games. If I
can't play PS5 games from my external hard drive. It will not allow me to.
I can do, but see,
because of the type of hard drive that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I have an SSD.
So that's not that's that particular feature. That's what I'm saying is, like, I get what you're saying. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. But you have Xbox Series S games that you can't play from your external hard drive.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. You have to download it into your internal hard drive.
Actually, I believe that's not all. Again, just like with PlayStation, if you buy a specific type of Xbox drive, you can play it. It's that's why I say it's more about the type of drive than it is about the PlayStation or the Xbox. But we could always look that up and see if there's a difference. But I know that for me, for my PlayStation 5, the type of drive that I have, they tell me specifically I have to download it onto the PS5 games have to go onto the main hard drive in order for me to play. But I can play PS4 games from the hard drive. But you out and paid the money for the good hard drive, so you get to play both.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's an SSD. Yeah, I mean, it's an SSD. It's an SSD drive than the regular HDD drive. Like for PlayStation 4 games and stuff like that, you had to put on, you could put on an external hard drive, and I mean you could play it from there. But I mean, if you had all of it and you didn't have that extent, I mean, even with the SSD drive that I have for my Xbox, it still wouldn't let me play off that. It wouldn't let me play off the hard drive.
Well, let's say we'll look it up.
Right.
All right.
And because
it's
the speed of how the SSD drive loads compared to the speed of the HDD in there.
Yeah.
That's what was causing a lot of issues with the initial launch of Starfield, where people thinking it's like, oh, I've got this 5 gigabyte drive on my computer or my Xbox. I don't need a SSD drive. No, there's a reason why they said you need to have an SSD drive.
Okay, Then I don't know how you're doing what you're doing, Saint. Like, yeah, you may want to call Sony and let them know, like, because according to the whatchamacallit, it says for It says, no, you cannot play PS5 games directly from an external hard drive. While you can store PS5 games on an external hard drive, you must transfer them to PS5's internal SSD.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I have. I have an SSD in my PS5.
Right. So you're still not playing from an external hard drive. You're playing from an internal hard drive. If it's inside your PS5, then you're playing from an internal hard drive.
No.
It may be an extra storage drive inside the PS5, but you're still playing it from inside the PS5. What I'm talking about is the ones that plug in through the USB port.
Right.
That you can't do. Right. That you can't do. But the SSD card, the one that goes inside, that actually goes inside the PlayStation, I can play my games off of that.
There's still differences between the HHD and the SSD, regardless of whether they're internal or external.
Yeah.
So there are external SSD drives, but when you plug the card in, it's a different transfer system.
Right.
You're plugging the SSD card plugs directly into the system's motherboard.
Right.
Okay.
That's a huge difference. Yeah.
And that is a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. It's like the hard drive. It's like with my PC, the hard drive that's on the motherboard versus the external hard drive that's just there. Okay. So last part of this segment, so we can get going to watch Evolution here soon. Is 2 PlayStation classics are going to be available on Nintendo Switch consoles pretty soon. Papaton 1+2 Replay is now out on PC select consoles, including Nintendo Switch. Never played this game. Patapon, you guys play one of y'all ever played that game? Huh?
I know of it. It's not my big thing, so.
All right. Saint. Nope, never heard of it. Maybe check it out. Who knows? Well, none of us have Switches, so maybe my kid will. All right, so last pop culture question was which TV show is set in the fictional town of Pawnee, Indiana? Now, Mr. Dave, you look like you had the answer.
Yeah, I do have the answer, but I'll let Mr. Saint try first.
Oh, Parks and Recreations.
Yep.
There you go. Parks and Recreation. All right, y'all. So that leads us into the last segment of the show, which is all right, where can we find you next? Mr. Saint, go on ahead and kick us off. Let the people know where they can find you next.
All right, so I'll be doing a little something this evening with getting back to a little more music and getting back to some PlayStation 3 stuff. So I'm going to be dropping that. Plus, or we might end up doing something with Chanel. So we don't know, but we're definitely going to be doing something tonight.
All right. And Dave?
Well, Saint, you going to be cooking all night tonight?
Not if I get started on time.
Okay, so the plan is for me, I will be back on the Spider-Man 2 tonight on the night shift. But again, if Saint's running late,
trust and believe you me, I'm not gonna go. Listen, if I start at the appointed time after Mr. Dark Lord 100, then yeah, I can probably get it cooking. Yeah,
it's all good. So, but yeah, look for me tonight, midnight Pacific time. That's Sunday, and then tomorrow night, Monday night, midnight Pacific time, for some more Spider-Man 2 action.
All right. And as for me, as always, join me, Suave and O'Malley, in about an hour and a half. Hold on. For God dang it. Come on.
The classroom?
No, for the classroom. Yeah, hold on. I was trying that. My damn thing. All right, so yeah, join me for the classroom at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the First GenXers Broadcast Network on Twitch, YouTube, all that fun stuff there. You can join us and meet us there. And other than that, you guys have yourself a wonderful evening. Saint, are you going to rate us out, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to do just that. Hold on.
All right. And for those
All
of you
right.
watching on YouTube, I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Football Tuesdays.
All right. Later, y'all.
Peace.
Later.
Peace. Starting raid.
Bye.